Day 11. Let's look at some differences between keloids and hypertrophic scars. So why do some scars grow wild and why are some of them tame? In this video, we'll be discussing keloids because they are most times confused with hypertrophic scars. In making this comparison, let's quickly talk about how they happen. So keloids or hypertrophic scars can happen either from a cut, bug bites, surgical scars, and even infections. So some of the key differences with keloids and hypertrophic scars are their onset, the size, how they look, their impact on movement, and even how common they are. Keloids, they usually look like a darkish, purpley red color, while hypertrophic scars look lighter, like a lighter pink or red in color. Usually, keloids come about after few months or at least even several years after the wound, and they grow over time, so they don't stop growing, which is why there are those scars that are just wild, because they can also grow from the point where the wound started and even extend far beyond the wound margin, which is a very peculiar characteristic of keloids. On the other hand, hypertrophic scars stay within the area of the initial wound, and they will typically begin within a month or two after the initial wound and may or may not continue to grow for months. Hypertrophic scars usually happen around where joints are located. So they can develop anywhere, but their preference is usually around joints, which means that they also kind of stiffen joint movements because the scar shortens the tissues around those joints. In keloids do not necessarily affect joint movement, and they have preferences for certain parts of the body, including the upper torso, the back, the earlobes, the cheeks, and even the pubic region. Keloids are not as common as most people think, while on the other hand, hypertrophic scars are way more common. It's also important to know that keloids has a genetic predisposition. So if somebody in your family has had a keloid before, it's most likely that you are keloidal. However, hypertrophic scars can happen to anybody at any time.